Round 1 has officially begun. Last night, we had game 2 of a couple of different series, and may I just say, we got 2 absolute bangers.
Sensational.
Now, the first game of the day really wasn't much to talk about, but we still gonna talk about it. But the fact that the Hawks went into New York and were able to steal game 2, and then the Minnesota Timberwolves steal game 2 in Denver, where Denver was up by 19 points at one point, is absolutely insane. After game 1 of both of these series for the Hawks versus the Knicks, I remember seeing the Knicks win, and I'm like, okay, Karl-Anthony Towns turns up in the second half. He plays really well. Jalen Brunson played really well as well. And, of course, if they can carry this momentum and be serious for majority of this series, they are not going to struggle with the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks are going to take a game. They might take 2 games. But I'm telling you right now, the New York Knicks are going to win. And last night,
oh, brother,
you saw how unserious the New York Knicks can be at times. Last night, the Atlanta Hawks go up against the New York Knicks. And at first, it looked like the Knicks were going to win. You know, Jalen Brunson was playing pretty well. I won't say the Knicks were like playing convincingly well to where it was a dominant fashion. But from when I was watching, Jalen Brunson was getting to his spots. He was hitting some nice shots. Mikal Bridges looked really nice. I remember Jalen Brunson had one little pass to the corner to OG and Anunoby. And Anunoby hit that joint over Jalen Johnson. And outside of CJ McCollum, nobody on the Hawks was playing well. Jalen Johnson was struggling. He was struggling to score in the half court. Nickeil Alexander-Walker couldn't score. Offensively, he didn't have that good of a game. He didn't shake ass, but he did not have that good of a game. The only person who really had it going for them was CJ McCollum. So naturally, I'm sitting up here watching the game. I'm like, oh yeah, the Knicks are going to win. But Mike Brown made some very key coaching mistakes this game. First of all, to start the fourth quarter, why the fuck is Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns on the bench?
What are you doing, man?
It is the NBA playoffs. You are going up against a legit team in the Hawks that has every capability to beat you, and you're going to sit 2 of your star players in the playoffs? What the fuck are we doing? That didn't make any sense to me, and I think that is a big reason as to why they lost, because boom, you sit Karl-Anthony Towns, you sit Jalen Brunson. Now guess what? That lead, that 12-point lead that you guys have, I think they were up by 14 at one point, but that 12-point lead that you guys had, yeah, now it is 6. Then you put Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns in, and now you are not able to generate any momentum because the Hawks have all the momentum. They go on this big run. CJ McCollum is just giving Jalen Brunson the work. It was curtains for Jalen Brunson. Every time he was on CJ McCollum, CJ tween, step back, hit the shot over him. Jalen Brunson truly could not fuck with CJ McCollum. And we all knew that CJ McCollum, like offensively, he's very gifted, but goddamn, I mean, the way Jalen Brunson was getting done, I don't think that should have been on TV. That shit was not watchable for kids, bro. It was bad, and I thought CJ was going to be nice because he had like 18 or 19 points at the end of that first half. But in the second half, the Atlanta Hawks are getting momentum. They're running in transition. They're doing all of these things, and Jalen Johnson is starting to get some stuff off in transition. It became clear like, oh shit, the Hawks, they could steal this bitch. But like I said, the Knicks are in control, bro. At the start of the fourth quarter, they were up by 12 points. But here's the thing with the Knicks that I always have an issue with. The offense becomes stagnant. I thought it was going to change under Mike Brown, but out of the many coaching mistakes that he made this game, the offense got so stagnant at a certain point to where you saw the same thing you saw with Tom Thibodeau. We brought you in here, Mike Brown, so you didn't do the same shit that Tom Thibodeau did. We're offensively stagnant. Jalen Brunson just calling for screens. He's trying to cross up somebody. He's trying to do whatever he wants. And when they put Nickeil Alexander-Walker on him, you saw why Nickeil Alexander-Walker is an all-defensive player. Nickeil Alexander didn't have a good offensive game. Defensively, he locked Jalen Brunson up, knocked the ball out of his hands, just knowing when to put his hands in the key jar and when to not to foul. He played amazing defense on Jalen Brunson. And down the stretch, when Jalen Brunson, after they got the big dunk transition, I think it was before they got the big dunk transition, Jalen Brunson is trying to generate something, do a little step back. Nickeil Alexander-Walker gets the steal, they throw it out, and then they get the dunk in transition for Jalen Johnson. And we thought it was game, but Jalen Brunson comes down and he hits a 3 to cut it down to 1. And the Hawks they shake ass. CJ McCollum misses 2 free throws after having a pretty goddamn good game. And you just kind of knew once Mikal Bridges got that ball and nobody else was in sight, Mikal Bridges gonna take that mid-range. Mikal Bridges, it's a notorious thing throughout his career. He don't like driving. He don't really like the three, but that in between, oh, he gonna take that mid-range. Now, I've seen speculation about Mike Brown having a timeout. When I looked at the scorebook, I looked like to me that they had a timeout. Why Mike Brown didn't call a timeout, I have no idea. But I will say all game, in the half court, the Knicks were getting boxed. You know what I'm saying? Now, they weren't really running much of anything, but the Knicks were getting absolutely boxed for a multitude of things, you know, whether you can speculate what it was, but they were getting boxed. So Mikal Bridges gets the ball, and he honestly, if you look at the replay, he had a lane to cut to the rim. But of course, he just steps back and takes a horrible shot and misses it in this game. And yeah, I mean, Jalen Brunson played pretty decent. I didn't really like the way Mikal Bridges played. I think Karl-Anthony Towns, he played okay. But one thing I don't like with Karl-Anthony Towns is the fact that he's not demanding enough. And really the Knicks as a whole are just missing this type of intensity that I just believe they should play with and carry themselves with, to where it's like, why are you not demanding the ball? You have a wing on you, Karl-Anthony Towns. You're one of the best players, arguably the best big man shooter ever. And you aren't demanding the ball in the clutch? I don't know. And that's the thing with the Knicks, like I said in my preview. If the Knicks don't take the Atlanta Hawks serious and come out with some type of intensity like they're not in the NBA fucking playoffs, then shit like this is going to happen. You're going to get embarrassed on your home floor, and that's exactly what happened, bro. The Knicks have to lock in, and then you have the game afterwards where the Timberwolves play the Nuggets. And this is, like I said, guys, this is the series that everybody's looking forward to. This is a series that everybody has their eyes on, and you saw why last night. The Nuggets were up by 19 points at one point in this game. I ain't gonna cap, I was starting to get sleepy, bro. I damn near was dozing off because it looked like the same old, but the Nuggets were having a actual good game. Anthony Edwards, he had like a little knee bump with somebody. His knee had started to hurt. He was settling for long range shots, twos. He wasn't really being aggressive. But remember, in my last video, I said if the Minnesota Timberwolves can take advantage of the minutes when Nikola Jokic is on the bench, that's how you win this fucking series. And lo and behold, Nikola Jokic goes to the bench, and Anthony Edwards goes from selling for twos and doing all this different type of shit to being aggressive, driving to the rim, getting pressure on the rim, putting pressure on those defenders, and he got his shit off. I don't even think that this was like, relative to Anthony Edwards, of course, a good game for Anthony Edwards. He had 30 and 10 and 2. He emptied the clip, but I don't even think it was his best game. But the fact that he was so aggressive, he was able to create shots and put pressure on that Denver Nuggets defense, force them to adjust off of him down the stretch, is huge. And they really need to steal this game, because if you don't steal a game like this and be able to generate this momentum going home, this series starts to look kind of questionable. It starts to look kind of questionable for the Minnesota Timberwolves, but they did exactly that. They still game 2 on the road. You were down by 19 points. You should be ecstatic. And if Anthony Edwards is looking like this, and it looks like that knee is no longer going to bother him, then holy shit.
And here we go.
Oh, holy shit. This becomes a real series. The series that we were all expecting and anticipating, and kind of excited to see. I think Julius Randle had a better game this game as well. Rudy Gobert, he played pretty well. I think you got a better Nikola Jokic game, but you got a better Rudy Gobert game defensively as well. And the thing that I have been seeing a lot of people talk about, because look, I was half in and half out of that game at a certain point. The Nuggets execution down the line is not just something you expect to see from a team that just won the championship not too long ago and still have their core intact. A championship caliber team, a contending level team, you just don't expect to see a team that struggles to execute down the line. They were struggling a little bit. I ain't gonna cap. It looked at certain points that, two-man with Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic didn't really look very good. Nikola Jokic, he sat up here and dished the ball to Christian Brown when he had a wide open floater. Down the stretch, the Nuggets really are going to have to figure out what the fuck they're going to do, because if you're going to do shit like you did versus the Timberwolves, where you're struggling to execute down the stretch, you're blowing 19-point leads, and you cannot generate any type of serious offense when Nikola Jokic is on the bench, you're going to struggle. You have the capability. Nikola Jokic was missing for a good chunk of the season, and Jamal Murray had came in and filled that role, but I don't know what you guys had going on last night. I don't know. But goddamn it, congrats to the Timberwolves, because that was a big win that they really needed. The last game, the Cavs versus the Raptors, it's not really much shit to talk about other than Brandon Ingram absolutely shaking ass.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Like, he had a horrible game. He comes out in the post-game presser with an excuse. The coach wants me to be a screener. That's why I'm not taking that many shots. God damn it, you're Brandon fucking Ingram. You're supposed to be one of the key offensive pieces on this roster. If you were to sit up here and say, give me the fucking ball, I want to take some shots and generate some offense, nobody's going to question you. Not a singular person. If they do question you, they're crazy as fuck. But you come out here and you take way more shots and you have a horrible game. Dean Wade is a good defender. He played great defense. But I would like to think that Brandon Ingram was more talented than that. But shit, last night, the only person who really was showing up, only people who were really showing up was Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett. Those were the only two guys who really showed up and provide any type of meaningful impact for the Toronto Raptors last night. But then when you have James Harden hitting threes over two niggas, and you have Donovan Mitchell sitting up here, he had, 30 points? Oh, and then you have Evan Mobley. I think Evan Mobley had like 25 because James Harden is just manipulating the defense and just making it so easy for everybody to do anything. And the only person playing any real competitive defense is Scotty Barnes. I think the series is over. I think the Cavs, I'm not going to say it's going to be a sweep. But the Cavs clearly have a lot of momentum. And shit, if James Harden and Donovan Mitchell are playing like this, it's really scary hours. And it might be curtains for Toronto. But that's really all that I had to talk about with my reaction last night. One thing I will say is, hey, NBA, can we stop having games in that 1 a.m? Like, game. When I say I was fighting for my life last night watching that Timberwolves versus Nuggets game, I was fighting for my fucking life. So let's stop doing that. But y'all let me know what y'all thoughts is from last game. Do you think that the Toronto Raptors Cavaliers series is over already? Do you think that the Timberwolves beating the Nuggets is a sign that the Timberwolves actually have a chance to take this series? And are the New York Knicks cooked? Do they need to look for another head coach? Real questions that have to be asked. But I don't know. These are just my thoughts, though. At the end of the day, that's all I have. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, which is probably going to be tomorrow, peace.